okay, come inside. So I go inside. And when I go inside, I see this shelf of books. A lot of books. Big encyclopedias, Britannica encyclopedias, just really big books. And I was very curious. Now, the man's son noticed that I was looking at the books. Sir, have you read one of them? Have you seen them before? I told him I haven't. But because they were big and they were shiny, I was my curiosity was piqued. They did not look like any blighting books I was reading as a child. I would say I was about 3, or I would say I was in primary 3 or primary 4 that time. And so he took one of them. He opened it and was like, yeah, it's like my dad likes to buy this kind of things. It has a lot of information. And I looked. I was seeing pictures of American bison, pictures of waterfall, pictures of different countries, and I was instantly captured. That was it. This was not it wasn't television, it wasn't cartoons, it wasn't football, it was an encyclopedia. What was meant to take me 2-3 minutes to do, because like I said, the house was just opposite mine, across the street. I spent nearly an hour poring over these books. I couldn't get enough. I wanted to read because there were pictures to explain what it was I was reading. So I really wanted all those, and I couldn't borrow them because they were very heavy books. And so Samuel, his name was Noaka. Noaka said, "You know what? When I come back from school," because he was in secondary school that time. He said, "When I come back from school, anytime you see me and you want to read them, come and read them." So it was a neighborly thing to have children come to your house and play with your children. Sometimes eat your food. Sometimes we'll be playing and my mom will say food is ready, and whoever was in that space where we were playing had to come and eat. That's how we grew up. If I was in their house and they brought food, even though our parents had drawn our ears, don't eat in anybody's house. One way or the other, we would taste something or drink something. And the parents knew, yes, I know your mommy said you shouldn't eat anything. Oh yeah, take this juice. 2 of you share this juice. And we'll take that and we'll run back to our houses. How did we know that this person was a good neighbor? Well, the wife could knock at the door at 7 p.m. Neighbor, I bet you gonna get small salt. My own don't finish. Salt was not, and I don't think back then it was that expensive thing. But sometimes some women will forget to buy, or maybe they would run out. I don't know. Please don't judge me by this. But it happened. It happened that neighbors could come to another neighbor's, knock and say, "Please, can you give me salt?" Or, "Please, can my child stay in your house whilst I go to work?" That's what we did as neighbors. Let me read this for you. You see, in my compound of 8 flats, this is the post that I engaged with. Nobody turns off your generator or alerts you when NEPA restores the power. Now, to your tent, O Israel, if you don't figure it out yourself, your generator will run until the fuel finishes. Your neighbor can switch off his own gen and calmly leave yours roaring. Yesterday, pay me where. I didn't know that there was power until midnight when I went to pick something from my car. Apparently, the power was restored around 7:45 p.m. Listen to this. 7:45 p.m. to about midnight is just about 3.5 hours or 3 hours, 15 minutes. I only found out about 12:47 a.m. Is this normal behavior in a compound? Of course, you're not paying anybody to monitor your generator, so you can't really blame them. But still, that was the person's post. And I engaged with it. I made comments. And I'm making a comment right now. How can you be a neighbor and your neighbor's generator is on? The power comes, returns. You go and put yours off, and you don't put his off or hers off. You let it be. To your tent, O Israel. So once again, what are those things that people do that you can say, this is a good neighbor?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you will find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Then please do send us a message to the WhatsApp number. The number is 0809-030-6416. We're talking about neighborhood behavior, neighborly behavior. What are the things that would happen or should happen to say this man or woman is a good neighbor? 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, please.
Yes, Naroman which is on the line.
Welcome.
What he just explained really just happened to me. That was 2 days ago, I mean 3 days ago. Our security chief, unknown to me, I don't know that I'm owing that about 2 to 3 months. And the people in charge decided to come and cut light for the people that is owing. And when my neighbor came out and saw them in that particular act, they told him, "Oh, madam, we are not looking for you." She said, "Okay, because I know that I paid my own." They told her in particular that it's things that I'm looking for. She said, "Okay." When they said, they refused to tell me until these people cut the light and went away. It was around after 5. I started hearing gist of what happened in the morning. I was so tense. It didn't pain me. When I called the husband, he just managed to tell me that the wife was not away. But the very electrician that cut the light was the electrician that approached her. Imagine that kind of scenario. And I just looked at it and said, this story this morning. It's like that. You are really alert in the spirit. Some people are just naturally funny and wicked.
Wicked.
And let me also say this. To be honest, people don't really care about people. Anything that makes anybody to care for you must be divine.
Must be divine. Really? Okay, before I let you go, I'd like to also let you know that no community, no estate light people have any right to cut your line from its position. If you have not paid your security levy, there are other ways. They have no right to go up the pole when they are not PhD to tamper with it. So
I don't really want to make any problem with them. I just let it be, because the person that's supposed to quench that error from the beginning gave a very big role for the error to play out. Understand that kind of thing. So I don't really want to borrow them. I just pay the money, call the electrician, they reconnect everything. They didn't make me to spend extra money, which I did not plan for.
Okay, all right, but sorry about that experience, but let it be known. Thank you very much for calling. Let it be known, all right. Now that this has come up during the course of this program, let it be known. If you're owing security levy in your estate or in the premises where you live, right? maybe all of you contribute money to pay for the security guard. If you have defaulted, nobody, not the landlord, not the landlord's Ogun priest, not the head of the landlord's association, nobody has the right to come to your premises and tamper with PhD installation. Nobody. Let me say it again, please. Nobody. Scenarios like this have led to some people paying fines of up to 250,000 naira. In some cases, one person had to flirt with going to prison in this Port Harcourt. So maybe it hasn't happened to the people who are doing this. But let me say it very clearly. And please tell your friends and your enemies, and as well as those of you who think yourselves lords over an area because you were fortunate enough to build a house first. You have no right. No community light chairman has any right to go and cut someone's power because they did not pay for security levy in that community. There are other ways to enforce payment, but it is not within the scope of your powers to go and cut anybody's light. Please, let it be known. What exactly would you see or say that will make you be perceived as a good neighbor? We're talking about neighborly behavior this morning. And I'm sharing this because I've had experiences in some of the apartments I've lived in where those who were in that premises or in those premises did not get along. Now, this is a very far cry from where and how I grew up. Please let me correct something so it doesn't look like I'm painting a picture perfect scenario of where I grew up at Elekai Housing Estate in this Port Harcourt, right? Or back then in First Usolu Junction when I was in Benin, or in GRA, also in Benin, where I grew up. No, these were not perfect scenarios. Were there neighbors that we didn't talk to friendly to? Yes, they were. Were there people that did not like me? People that did not like my father, my mother, particularly my mother, because my mother was a no-nonsense woman. I'm very sure. I am very, very sure. However, were there scenarios and instances where we felt that on this street, this type of thing couldn't happen? For example, in all my years in the estate, right, I never one day heard that anybody's bicycle on our street, back then, close 8, I never heard that anybody's bicycle got stolen. The thieves break into our house to vandalize my father's car or our neighbor's cars. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Did people try to break into somebody's house during Christmas holiday? Yes, they did. But did our neighbor raise a fence and block us from passing there? No. Did one neighbor say, oh, this woman is cooking plantain every day, it's too sweet, what I will do now is I will break the fence, and then I'll put chicken so that the chicken will smell in her. We didn't have sometimes I remember, not I'm talking about, sometimes back then in the estate, particularly my street, right, it felt as though you could basically walk from the start of the street to the end through people's backyards. It was only when you got to probably the house before mine, and I think the ones after mine, that you had fences. But almost growing up, we could walk through everybody's compound. Everybody. And like I said, neighbors would come. Please, you have salt? Give me small salt. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, on some occasions I've had people even, quote unquote, borrow yam. Please don't look at us like, oh, we're poor children, or no, please don't see that way. Because I choose not to see that way. I've never seen it that way. Rather, I saw it as neighbors who felt comfortable enough to be neighborly to one another. I don't know how you guys grew up. I really don't. man or this woman or this family are good neighbors? Well, I want to find out from you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Then please do well, send us a message or to the WhatsApp number. The number is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. Neighborly ethics is our conversation. What are some of the things that good neighbors do? Is my question. Zion is on the line from GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
The greatest of all the laws the Bible stated that Jesus instructed is love. And it narrowed it down. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Profound. Easy as it seems. But how many of us can adhere to the tenets of the scripture by the word that Jesus said? To know a neighbor that truly loves and you can associate with, how well are they colliding with your children? What is the relationship between their children and yours? What is the attitude of them towards your family? What is your own attitude towards their family? If you see this cordiality, then you can now grow that neighborliness. You can now establish the framework on how you people can meet, how you people can discuss. To me, the key in it is to set up the children, the kids first. What is the relationship between these kids and that other kids? If they are relating well, it's an opportunity for the family to come together. If there are no family yet, you the individual, do they greet you? Do you greet them? I think the word aura should be put in play now. What is the aura do they exude when they see you? What aura do you exude when you see them? You see these fences and barbed wires above our roofs. It's a big problem we should have for ourselves. Mr. Jude, neighbors pay a lot. Neighbors are there for us. Neighbors are there when we were not even around. You read the story of Generation Light will come. Nobody remember.
Yeah.
Human character in the neighborhood. And most of all, we feel so pompous on our street. We feel too big. They will greet us ahead. We won't even answer them. We can't even stop by to say, hello, how are you people doing? If the neighbors don't knock on your door, can't you knock on their door? Neighbor, happy Sunday, how I say now? Can't you do it? Because if they drive car, if they work for a big oil company, then they bore, so they cannot come close to you. Very bad attitude. The day something will happen to you in the night, nobody will answer you. Light will come, they will not knock the door, they go and off your generator, they will not do it. Your fuel will burn till daybreak until you change your attitude towards your neighbor. Until you start seeing that young boy on the street, come my son, or come my neighbor picking. What as you don't finish school, what do you want to do? Okay, you go learn mechanic, carry him, go learn, then go and tell the parents, or ask the parents. See, you can build this neighborliness, and my brother, everyone will become peaceful. Then they thief our street, then they do this, then they do that. Do you know, Mr. Jude? If we can be honest to ourselves, we give permission to those armed robbers to come and steal in our street. If you can engage those young boys patrolling on the street, they can chase away the thieves that are coming here. Most of them are able to steal on the street. But you are too big, you wind up on your door, you on your AC, they blow, they booger. They will knock on your gate, steal or even your battery, you know, thing.
All right, thank you very much. Victor is on the line from Bonnie. Victor, good morning to you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Okay, the question is, how did you know
Who's a good neighbor?
you're good or bad neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's difficult. They had make you know you're a good neighbor or bad neighbor. They had because some persons are like snakes. But I want to say something here. You know, my father keeps telling me something. He said, "Are you aware that your neighbor is more very important to you than your brother?" Did you know that it is, let me say, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, when my father is late. My father was late the last year, maybe 10 years now. That I started noticing this thing. Something happened in my neighborhood. There was a man opposite me. So that man, when I went to that place, back into that street, he see me as a tout. Because at that time, they didn't know what I'm doing. They didn't know I'm a trailer driver. So I come in, I go out. You don't always see me. I just come in and go out. So I was like close to some person, but that man, I was not the kind of person that he
wanted to know.
I'm not that kind of person. So something happened one day. The wife was seriously sick. So by this time, I bought a bus. So I saw somebody rush to me, to my protector. They were knocking on my protector. Victor, please come. We need your help. He said emergency. And they said emergency. He said yes. It's okay. Let's take him to church. So we take him to church. From church, they pray. The pastor advised them they should go to hospital. They should go and check his BP and the rest of them. We take him to hospital. We take him to one pharmacy like that. They check him. Cut long story short, the woman was slumped, so we now have to rush her to the
hospital.
Military hospital. When we got to the military hospital rejected her. We moved to BMH. They said we should take it to BMH. We get to BMH. So I was with them. They did everything. After everything, he came back to me. When I meet the woman came down. He came back to me. He said, please, brother, what should I do? I said, no, the most important thing is the woman. He said, yes, everything is okay. I said, it's okay. So if I should go or I should stay. He said, no, that I should not bother, I should go. That if he asked me to stay, that he would say, I said, no, don't worry, I stay. Till evening, they discharged the woman. We came back with the woman. She asked me, I said, no, the most important thing is the woman. So it was shocked. Another one happened. So what am I saying is this. Most time we look at our neighbor as something else. Do you know that I've come to discover that your neighbor
is one that's going to help
can be the reason why you survive a night. Your neighbor can be the reason why you are dead. Because look, a lot of sickness, a lot of emergency mostly come at night. Imagine when you go to you want to call your brother to move all the way from from Rumosi to Rumokoro to come and see you by 1 o'clock. How possible is it if he doesn't have a
car?
But look at the neighbor there who has the car that you can just knock him. Do you know that this is what killed my senior brother?
Oh dear.
This is what killed my father. Died on the January. So my senior brother on the May, while we were arranging on how to bury my father.
You lost your
brother. My senior brother.
Died.
They called me around after 2. The daughter was shouting, "Uncle, don't let my father die. Don't let my father. What should I do?" I moved out from the house. I didn't even know when I moved out from the house. I didn't even know what I wear.